lots. Oh, I can't. Okay. I'm going to buy this one. Doesn't make any difference. I've got 2 pallets of that. And we can go load our liquid tank with stuff. Try not to hit it. Oh well, we hit it, never mind. Okay, 4,000 litres. So that's sort of the nice thing about having a sprayer this big, is the quantity of stuff it can carry. Although I prefer using the sprayers that attach to the tractor, because it's easier to maneuver them around the field. Backing up's not so much of a problem. Having them swing out and catch the hedge is not a problem. But just the capacity of this is so much easier. I could get a self-propelled one at some point, although, yeah, again, especially in, at this stage of the farm, buying a self-propelled mower, self-propelled baler, self-propelled sprayer is, I now have a very expensive piece of machinery that can do one task. Whereas, obviously, having a tractor and being able to attach a mower set to it or a sprayer set to it, you've got to take the extra bits off and put on the next piece of equipment that you need. But the expensive piece of equipment is the tractor, and I only need one of those, kind of thing. So we're about to run by our field of canola, which really hasn't grown by much. I'm gonna guess the rowing is pretty much done now, and as is usual, I will put the baler on the back of this, and we'll run the baler, and then I'll be able to windrow the ends and collect those too. Should be able to collect the bales using the John Deere, and do not miss the turning. There we go. Okay, we can extend to the boom, we can jump out of the cab. Can activate the the GPS thing. I think we got this far. Nope, we got the next row far. And we can turn that on. And it won't start spraying until we get to about there. Alrighty, so that's interesting. Oh, okay, yeah, there's a little bulge on the left side of the field there, which is why we didn't get all of the weeds in that section. Then we've got a huge bulge at this end, which is going to take a little more shenanigans to work our way around. Probably end up doing both of them manually, because really not such a big deal. But this is kind of where I would I'd like another tractor, probably slightly smaller than this one. I guess it really depends if I'm going to stick with round bales or go square. Because square balers need a lot more horsepower, and this tractor probably can, but it might struggle a little bit. And this is why I was running with GPS, because I really can't tell where the weeds are at this point. Gonna have to pull up the main map. Sadly, weeds do not show on the mini map. Definitely some there. Okay, let me pull up the mini map and I'll get that bit. And okay. OCD Farmer says, let's go get them all. So I need to be just off the edge here. And we will hit a couple of patches of weeds, I think. So there. That's good. And there's a little bit at the top there as well that I missed at the far end. Ooh, that was good enough, apparently. So if I run straight here, that'll get the big patch that I missed. I'm not sure I want to get the pit on the top, the north side of this field. I'll just run across here and then run down the far edge. We will be good. We'll call it good enough. I don't think the amount of weeds that I have on that top edge is going to adversely affect our yield. And there we go. And then drive down about here. There should be a brief patch. And then we'll be done. I'll turn GPS back off. And oops. We seem to have got most of it, so that's fine. And okay, that's all folded in. I could start deleting the other lot of silos at our original farm. The only one I'm using is the seed and mineral feed one for the mineral feed. We're going to make that. If I drive over the grass. Took the loader arms off the Massey Ferguson so it wouldn't have quite so much problems with the hedges at each end of the field. Looks like she's done. How's that looking? That is looking okay. So again, this will have a very light usage. Because it was our field when we planted it. I think the deal with other people's fields is because they play under base game rules, they don't play under precision farming rules. So you have to fertilize them twice, you have to spread herbicide twice. No, you have to spread herbicide over all of it, not just the little bit. So let's do that. That, set A, set cardinal to 0, and engage drive. So we will just rapidly do this field. We're going to have a lot of herbicide left in the tank at the end of this run. And you can see with, I think if I come over this side, the amount of spray it's using across the field is significantly reduced over the last field. So we're all good here. And obviously this will boost our environmental score for these fields as we go. Actually, we can check that. Raise the boom so it doesn't hit the hedge. And that's good. So we can run down here. We'll turn around at the bottom. We'll come straight back. And then I'll continue doing the lateral passes in that direction because it's just better that way. Not as hilly. I don't think it is. Yeah, there's a big drop off on this side of the field which does result in us having some issues going up and down in this direction. So I need to do the end rows, but once we've dealt with those, the rest of the field is relatively flat in that direction. Okay. So that actually gives me a double headland there. Okay, cruise control on. What was I going to check? Darn. I was going to check something. Oh, environmental score, yes. So this field's up to 57 now. We've got 100% on weed control and soil sampling. We've got 50% on tillage, nothing I can do about that. We got 50% on pH value, again, nothing I can do about that. And then nitrogen, we will be spraying 100% requirement on that field, but the nitrogen score doesn't take hold until you harvest. So we're not going to see the benefit of that. And if we go back to here, we've got 92, so our sell prices are plus 12% at the moment. I think almost all the rest of our fields are running around about 99%. So there's that new purchase has just trashed our environmental score income for a while. I mean, yeah, I could go out there and I could spread lime on it, but yeah, don't spread lime on a crop. That would just be a bad thing. I can afford another bee house. Where did I put my bee house? I think I stuck it in the field over the road from our main farm. So we could put in a second one which would generate more honey. I'm not too worried about the honey generation, but yeah, it's another form of income on the farm. So we will be getting money every single month, and kind of what I'm trying to do is make sure that our farm costs and leasing costs are covered by the daily income from bread, from milk, or from butter. Though those are not really daily incomes, they're monthly incomes because we sell our perishables once per month. But the idea is I sell the bread, the butter, the tomatoes, and we make money, and that money covers the cost of having buildings on the farm and other stuff. And the other thing I was thinking, I did add something else to construction. I've added the concrete bunker set. So I should be able to run, oh, we've also got Maize Plus bunkers. I didn't realise. I should be able to look at these and figure out what I want and where I want them. I'd kind of like a double bunker by the cow shed, just because it gives us a little bit more freedom. At the moment we're doing everything in bales, but storing silage bales in a silage bunker is good, because a silage bunker has to have the drainage, and then putting silage bales in it means you don't have to worry about the drainage from the bales. So that's all good fun. For more information on that, see Tom Pemberton's farm. Because he has lots of really good drainage around his silage bunkers. I didn't realise his showroom was actually originally a silage, covered silage clamps. But he has a bunch of plans for that. He got a new tractor, I think last week he got the new tractor. But he's now putting out, his videos seem to be far more coherent as far as what they cover. So this week he had one of his cows was stomach had moved around to the wrong side, got twisted. So he had a video on the vet coming in and fixing that. Don't watch it if you don't like blood and guts. Can't remember what his second one was. I think he was talking about other projects he has planned for the coming year. So he's cleaning out what he calls the show, what used to be the old covered silage bunkers. So, but rather than having a hodgepodge of things happening in a video, he's now creating videos that are talking about one thing. So he had the video on the new tractor last week, but cleaning out the old silage bunkers was done before the new tractor arrived, so you got to see the demo tractor in use and his old case loader tractor being used. Although I do think he finished cleaning that shed up after he took delivery of the new tractor. So, you know, his videos aren't necessarily linear. You don't get to see everything that happened this week. Some of the videos will have some stuff that happened last week, especially when it's sort of a partial job got done last week, but the completion's not going to happen till next week. So he'll wait until next week and just do the entire job on a single video, and then yeah, so you get to see the task from beginning to end, but there's actually 2, 3, 4 weeks where the task is being worked on. I don't mind that. It kind of makes the video a little bit more sensible, because you don't have to remember back to 3 weeks ago when he started doing this task and now it's getting finished. It's all out in one video, so you can just follow the entire process from start to end. And still got a couple of gulps of tea left, and we should be okay. So we used 320 litres of our 4,000 litres of herbicide. I didn't pay attention to how much we had in the tanks when we started this field, so I'm not sure if we used more on the other field or more on this one. I kind of would have expected to use more on this one because obviously we had to cover the entire field. However, this field was only spot sprayed where the other field was 100% sprayed, so yeah, there's that. But anyway, I'm looking forward to harvesting that oat crop, because we don't use oats on our farm, so that is a straight sale. Well, it's not even a straight sale, unfortunately. That's a straight offload to the grain mill, where it's processed into flour. So we don't see the income for that immediately, but it should be a fairly good yield. We're gonna lose yield because the pH levels are a little bit out of whack, but we will have full fertilization and everything else going for us. Alrighty, that is done. going to go and have to find the Massey Ferguson and pull that off the field briefly. I'm going to take this sprayer, could use with a quick fix, and maybe what we'll do is we'll park the sprayer in the workshop. Don't have another workshop. I don't have a workshop on the other farm. Not sure I'm gonna bother with one because we now have the field service trailer, and that's gonna make a bit of a difference. Okay, we'll do it that way. At least I didn't hit the walls, so not a reversing action that is going to feature on long haulers videos. So we can drop the herbicide sprayer off there, or the sprayer off there, and we'll run over and grab the baler and get that started. We do have a lot of tomatoes. That facility, I believe, is now level 3, so it's producing 300% of stuff. Yeah, we got 3,500 litres almost of tomatoes stored in it, plus 2, 4, 6, 8, plus 4,000 outside, so 7,000 litres of tomatoes. That's good production. And part of the consideration there is I want potentially to get some pigs, and we'll convert that into either producing potatoes or sugar beets at some point, just for pig food. Alrighty. I will run us down to... Oh, hello! That's where you ended up. Over header. Now you'll see here I forgot. Actually, let's okay, bale size 180, 125, 150, 180. So we're producing the biggest bales. That's good. I forgot to turn the conditioner on the mower. Although technically I don't think that mower actually has conditioner. We could end up with a bale of fresh grass rather than conditioned grass. Nope, there we go. We're back to conditioned. Slowly, a slightly adulterated bale of conditioned grass. That's fine, and yeah, that job. So having the baler on auto drop is nice because I don't have to push the buttons. When you manually unload it, you have to open it and close it, which obviously I forgot there, so it was sitting there waiting to close and not doing anything. But the problem with doing it this way is I usually forget pay attention to the baler capacity, and we go racing off on a loop of shame as it unloads in completely the wrong place. Missed a tiny patch there, but it is what it is. We have been running for an hour. Oh, it's earlier than I thought it was. And real world, it's 24 degrees outside and covered in snow. And there we go. Now I can hear the beeping.